prepare for, to be honest.
I know there really is.
Well, your experience, it's easy for you to say that.
What did it take? I didn't move.
You're 3 months. Wait, this is June.
But Yamsi
March.
loves to talk anyway. It just comes natural to you. Like
David said this is March.
So
this is June.
Exactly.
It's a long time. We're not talking about something from March to June just now.
Oh God, it is a long time. Seriously,
It's a long time.
Like people, with 4 months, a lot can happen.
Okay, so I've got
The season
4
changes
minutes.
from spring to summer.
Kind of sits
Very awkward. Can't say a drink.
Okay.
Can't say our drinks.
To address the oppression.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Madonna's going to be here. She'll film your drinks. So.
No, as
Talking to the thing to me.
Who is Madonna? The lady who just left.
Upon the black and other
Pam.
Which one am I using?
Who is Madonna? The lady who just
Wait
left.
1 second. Let me just get this right.
She's scary.
Go on. Go on.
Bam.
Did she?
It's not working.
Okay, go on. Go. Just talk.
Jim. Hello.
Talk. Don't be afraid.
Hi. I'm not afraid.
Sing.
I can't sing. Hallelujah.
Go on. Talk continuously.
Okay, I will continue to talk until you tell me to stop
Shout.
talking.
Raise your voice.
I will continue to talk until you tell me
Okay.
to stop.
All right.
Here.
Both of them.
Jojo. Hey, Jojo.
Jumaka, what are you drinking?
I am drinking water.
I just want to make sure. I want to see that your thing's going.
Is it fine?
Yeah.
Can we raise our
I know
legs?
yours is fine.
You're not on TV.
We'll just be like we're in living. Hey, but we're not on TV. What's this on? What's this?
Okay.
Like, I don't know how anybody can do this for a living.
I can't.
OMG. Oh my goodness.
You do. You do, girl. For a living.
What was it, 2 weeks ago? I sat here and talked to myself for 3 hours.
Why do you have a 3 hour show?
Which is
Yeah.
crazy.
3
hours.
I don't know what's drinking.
For 3 hours. To yourself.
Let me see.
To your show, fellow show.
Yamsi.
And then I kept running out of time.
Yamsi.
You know, like
Is Madonna the lady who just left?
No. Madonna is the one that does the like videos.
Oh, the lady who left is a totally different person.
The lady who left is the presenter that was on.
Yeah, she kind of mad, yo. Mad. I thought it was okay. All right, that's actually weird though. Yeah, she was very nice.
We didn't bring snacks.
I know, I'm really
We were meant to get
packaged.
like little like me too.
But you didn't even tell us now.
We were gonna do it, but
we're gonna pick up.
Tell Madonna to bring, please. I mean, I'm hungry.
No, that we're probably killing herself to get here. Traffic is killing her. She's on public transport.
Oh.
2 minutes.
So we gotta wait for her.
No, we're gonna get started. I'll close the door. She knows the code to come in.
I can't work in a place like this. This is like, I'll be claustrophobic.
What?
So
If I have summer, you need to buy air conditioning. Wow, this is interesting. If I was working here, I would sit where Sade is sitting. Because that little corner is cozy. You know, you can lean on the wall, you can hide, you can just like do whatever.
This is it, just one room.
Yeah. There's a side room there, which.
Maybe like storage.
Okay, so we're gonna go into.
Today I'm speaking to you from Death Row. I never imagined that the Crip gang would spread throughout California, throughout the nation, throughout the world. And I deeply regret the legacy that it left, because it left a legacy of genocide, black on black genocide. And I apologize for my part in it.
Just cause I had to put
But
some
I am
notes.
deeply
I'm not
encouraged
good at
to
talking. I'm not
see you here today to
I'm
let
not
you know
talker.
that I'm not alone
Just a goddamn
and deeply regretting this legacy and seeing it for what it is. And no one can have a better influence on gang violence or gang culture than gang members themselves, and therefore best positioned to reverse this course of violence. But we must do work. We must get out there and we must forge peace. We must stop exterminating one another. We must stop all of this madness, because at the end of the day, we have only ourselves to blame. We must have a do or die attitude, as we were as street warriors, to rebuild our culture and to create a new lasting legacy, a legacy of peace.
Hello everybody, welcome. You're tuning to AJ Young Jones on So Let's Talk. So I trust everyone's enjoying the Thursday showers. What a best time to be indoors, to be chilling with my girls. So as those of you know, I've been really excited about this week because obviously I am kicking it with my true friends, my true besties. You know, they're in the house with me, supporting me, and we're just gonna have a good old girl chat. And you know what? This is the best way to do it because they're all busy women in their own time. So this is girls' night, really, you know, because this is a good opportunity for us to kind of catch up. So this now goes tick in the book as we finally caught up. So I'm going to be kicking it here with them, chilling and doing all the great stuff that we do. Also helping us along is we're having a little party, we're having a little tickle cocktail in the house. God knows we need it, seeing as Boris Johnson might just end up being Prime Minister. So topple up and have a drink. I'm going to kick off with some nice music just for you and we'll be right back. Hang tight, YouTubers and my Facebook friends and my Instagram friends. I'll be with you shortly. Well, I did tell you guys we were drinking, so clearly we started early. So just bear with me, having a bit of a technical glitch, either that or my brain is on freeze from the non-alcoholic cocktail that I'm having. But there you go, okay? So I'm gonna play this track for you while I get all my ducks in a row. What's that? That's me just talking to myself, y'all. They are. They tuned in.
You see people.
So you just be talking like this. You just like, I feel like I'm talking to myself.
You are. This has been the most interesting thing for me. This is a party.
Why you doing that?
Joanna.
Oh my god. This is fun though. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
Can they see you?
no lie.
We're going live now.
Oh my god.
No one's on yet. People are they're just doing that.
So do you know how many people are tuned in? Can you tell?
Not me, but we can get the stats. But I'm not doing that while I'm here.
Ah, so that's.
No, I don't know if there was like a live stream.
Are we live now? How do you know? Are we live?
Yeah, well, Facebook.
Where's the camera?
On Instagram, we are.
Oh, I see.
Oh, we're live on Instagram.
Oh.
But you can't see the rest of us now.
No, we can switch the camera. We can switch it.
Where is the camera though?
It's so confusing.
Where's the camera?
Where you can see is that.
You need to pay Moke to come and be dancing for you.
Shall they come?
Oh God, this is tight.
I'm a little confused about the whole
Are
setting.
you gonna Instagram, Facebook?
I would like. Can you actually see us?
Oh, they can see us in there.
So which
Turn that mic for me.
I don't know if you know anything.
This one.
Yeah, this way. So they can see the camera. Yeah. For now, yeah.
So this is the radio show. One.
You gotta wipe your camera. Can I do it?
Yeah. Oh, Boogie Bax is on.
Hi,
She's not the only one. I mean, other people.
Oh, right, okay.
Boogie Bax. Oh my god.
Why can't I see myself? How'd you get rid of this?
We can see you.
I know you can see me.
You taking up most
What
of
camera is
the.
this one?
Oh no, up there, up here. I want to
Oh, I
get
see.
rid of
Oh God. Okay, I'm just getting it. Camera's on the laptop. You should come in.
I'm in.
Oh. So this is Facebook, right?
So we're on Facebook now.
And then this is Instagram.
This is Instagram.
OMG.
Oh man. So people see different things.
So this is okay. All right, got it.
Oh, you could.
Sorry. A little
Yeah.
slow. I know. I'm American.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us back. Sorry, we're having so much fun in the studio. We forgot that we were live. Okay. Thank you all for joining us back. Now, before I get started, I've got to introduce, before we get into our today's topic, I've got to introduce my girls, the ones that are live with me, kicking it with me in the room. Kicking it with me in the room today. So, I'm going to start with to my left, right here, sitting next to me. I think she's the only American I know in London. Yeah, right. That's why the African American queen sticks in my head. The one and
Literally
only
African
Julie.
American.
The one and only Julie. Julie, say hi to our
Hi.
people.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone.
And then,
Brand new Jules over here.
yeah, so sitting opposite me, my other two goody Betsy's friends. Who
Beautiful. You forgot beautiful.
Huh?
You forgot beautiful.
Oh, they just reminded me I forgot to say beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Well, my gorgeous, beautiful friends sitting opposite me. So I'm going to start with the blondes that always have fun. Shade London, the
Yeah.
CEO of Shade London. Shade's in the house. How you doing, Shade?
Hey everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you kind of
Yeah.
made up for the time.
Yeah.
And then directly next to her is my ever so other good friend who you would have heard me talk about a party I attended like 2 weeks ago. It was a throwdown for me till date. It's still the best party I've attended.
Yep.
And all of us were
Wow.
there. The Great Gatsby themed. It was a surprise party, so I won't give her credit for the party, but I will give the credit to Christy, you know, for throwing for before she don't invite me to the next one. But yes, so the one they call Mary J. Mary J is in the house.
Hi everyone. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for having us, Asia.
No problem. And then I have to give a quick shout out to Ravison Cocktails.
At the Underboss.
So you know, supplying us with our drinks for this
Did you
afternoon.
not just mention I run Ravison Cocktails?
Yes. So I think they know because I've mentioned it through the teaser campaigns and stuff like that. So Ravison Cocktails is Mary J is one of the co-founder of Ravison, one of the CEOs for Ravison Cocktails. Ravison Cocktails, put it this way, they supplied the cocktails for my wedding, and I have to say, I mean, the drinks, I'm truly addicted. They throw down some good parties. Check them out on Instagram at Ravison's Cocktails.
Yeah.
Ravison Cocktails drinks.
No, just Ravison Cocktails.
Just Ravison Cocktails. Check them out, and you can see the kind of throwdown events that they do. They don't just supply drinks, you know. They just keep it lit. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then, obviously, you know my good friend Sade, who is responsible for my fabulous look. Shade London hair.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Okay, so we're going to get started. We're going to kick things off and rolling. Before we do that, I want to give a shout out to those joining us on Instagram and those of you joining us on Facebook. Thank you for joining. Now, we're going to need you to join in the conversation in the studio by calling 07539 968 143. That's 07539 968 143. You might think you don't need that number, but hold on to it because you will. Now, if you're online and you would like to join, if you're on Facebook or Instagram and you would like to join via the Omega website, then do so at www.omegafmradio.co.uk. That's www.omegafm.co.uk. Shout out to those joining us on the Omega page. I hear you, I see you. I'm just gonna try and get that camera so you can see us even better, because right now you're seeing the drinks, but see us better. But please do stay online and just keep it going with us. And if you so do want to join on my Facebook or my Instagram, go to Asia F. Young Jones. So without further ado, what we're talking about, girls. First thing we're talking about is When They See Us. The movie When They See Us. The movie When They See Us. Okay, now, I don't know, I mean, you'd have to, I think everyone's heard about this movie, even if you haven't watched it. And I'll be interested to know, those who haven't watched it, why they haven't watched it. Or especially if you've had the opportunity to and you haven't done so, I'd be interested to know why you haven't done that. Okay, now, this movie, Julie, actually, I'll let you come in because you've seen it. So
Yeah.
So Mary J hasn't seen it, Shadi hasn't seen it, but I'd still like to, based on what you're hearing, I'd like to get your views as well. So, Julie, do you want to kick off and just give us a bit of a rundown summary about the movie?
Okay, so When They See Us is a Netflix series directed by Ava DuVernay, and it pretty much tells a story, a true story, of 5 boys from Harlem, New York, that got falsely accused of raping a female jogger in Central Park, New York, in 1989. So this is what, like 30 years ago?
Wow.
A long time ago. And they only got vindicated, I think, in 2002. And then they sued in the state of New York and then got settled with, I think, $41 million. The boys were basically African American and Latino, between the ages of, I think, 12 or 14 and 16.
Yeah, they were like 13 to 16.
Right.
The oldest, which
So the oldest was 16, yeah. So it's pretty much it in a nutshell. It happened in 1989 in Harlem, New York. So that's pretty much,
Yeah.
what-
So I think so this movie, so I think there's a couple of things that I sort of discovered about the movie. So this When They See Us actually wasn't the first movie to be done
Nope.
about these guys. There was
Yeah.
a movie that was done, I think, in the
It's
early
more of a
2000s.
documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
early 2000, and that was called the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
And I mean, personally, for me, I don't even like using the Central Park 5 because that sort of imply, you know, when you give a serial
The label.
killer like a label,
Right.
it kind of feels like that because
Yeah.
they're not they're not a boy band, you know, and they're not serial killers, you know. These are, you know, so for me, I just feel like sometimes I don't want to, I don't like that label. I think one of the difficult things in the movie, about the movie, was the fact that this was a clear case of there was no evidence, like none. I mean, the people who did the DNA test and sat on the, in the witness box and said, look, there's no evidence about this, there's nothing. There's actually absolutely nothing. And they somehow still got convicted. The victim, they had no knowledge, she lost her memory, so she couldn't remember anything. So they could have told her a dog raped her, she wouldn't have known any different. So she wasn't too relevant to the thing. And I think that was the hardest part. Now, one of the things that sort of helped their conviction was the fact that Donald Trump at the time took out a full-page ad in all the major newspapers asking for the death penalty for these boys.
Yeah.
You know, for the death penalty. And I think even when the documentary came out in 2000, after the boys have served their time, he was still saying like the movie was rubbish, the documentary that came out then was rubbish. Now he's not saying anything because clearly what's happened is the person who did commit the crime came back and confessed. He gave his life to. He was in prison for other crimes, and he gave his life, and he just confessed to the crime and stuff. So, let me ask you, Jay and Shadi, you guys have not watched it, and it's a deliberate choice not to watch it at this time. Why is that?
For me personally, I get emotionally attached to things and situations and everything, and I'm a lawyer, right? So, and the reason I don't practice law, to be honest with you, is because of kind of like criminals getting, I can't be in the same room as a criminal, so it's really hard for me. Like I get very emotional. So I would say I would take you back. I did watch a documentary on Netflix, the Khalif Browder. Did you ever see that?
Yes,
that was a Jay-Z documentary. And I was affected for the longest time. It took me a while to get over It took me a while to get over this thing. It took me such a long time. So if anyone hasn't seen it, you should go and watch the Khalif Browder documentary. Was done by Jay-Z. He sponsored it and everything. It's really bad. It makes you know how the system in America works against the black people, against the black race and everything. And it's really sad that these things are happening to people, and then people just, I just didn't want to jump on the bandwagon. I just didn't have space in my heart for this right now. Because I know I'm going to be so attached. I'm going to go through an emotional breakdown. I don't want to do that. So I will watch it at my own time. As of today, it's the most watched thing on Netflix, which is great and everything. But I'll give myself a month or so, and then I'll go on it.
So... Why
I just haven't. Again, it's from what I've seen. I think it's quite a heavy show to watch. I will watch it, as Jay has said. It's just getting my mind in the right place.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that my husband has seen it. I think 3 times.
So, 3 times.
Yes, he has seen it 3 times. Yeah.
Although I watched it, it's not the kind of thing I watch 3 times.
Yeah, he watches it over again. He watches
Schindler's List and Titanic. I can't watch them kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
No.
So you have people like that, but for me, I just it's
that,
not just time. I will watch
Khalif Browder story.
I did watch it twice actually.
Yeah, I saw that over and over again.
Yeah, I saw it twice and I cried. And I cried every time I watched it. Yeah,
so that's on Netflix. You said?
Yeah, it is on Netflix. It's really it's the saddest thing that ever happened to anybody. It's heartbreaking. So to see something again.
He was a good kid, right?
He was a fantastic kid. Yeah, just a backpack, and then he ended up killing himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just really bad to think that you're dealing with things like this in a society where things can be found out if they really want to, but because of the color of your skin, nobody really goes deep into saying what it is. So it's just I don't want to see that anymore, not now.
Okay, so shout out to those of you joining us online. Please post your comments. So I've seen someone say I saw it 3 times too. I don't know how.
What is she saying 3 times?
The when
Khalif Browder or when they see us?
When they see us.
Yeah. So what's your reasoning? I'd like to know, why would if you enjoy a show, why would
I think it's it was emotionally draining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very draining.
And I think if I watched it again, it would be from a study point. Maybe I'm doing something.
That's what I mean. You wouldn't feel the same emotions the second, or the third time.
But don't be too sure. You might, because sometimes these things happen. Yeah.
I almost watched it again, but I couldn't go through that emotion again. It was definitely draining.
Okay.
The first 2 episodes I could handle. The 3rd episode I was like, all right, perfect. 4th episode broke me completely.
No, all of them broke me.
The 4th one just killed me. I was like, I can't take this. I had to pause and take a deep breath.
Listen,
and I started crying. That's when I realized, all right, this is too much for me.
Even when the boys at the beginning, all it was, they were like, we're going to the park. Come on, we're going. And that reminded me in the summer. And you're like, you're going to Kingsbury Fair, because I remember we used to go to Kingsbury Fair. And you're like, oh yeah, let's go. You go with your friends. I'm like, how innocent they were.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like,
I
cried.
Their lives just changed.
Yeah, because you're walking, you don't know what you're walking in.
Yeah.
And it was just kids going to kick it in the park, and it was.
Did they come from a bad neighborhood?
Yeah. They came from the poverty side.
But they came from decent families.
Projects.
They weren't from families that neglected them. And
so they came from good families.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came from good families.
Because I think his
but but they did come from poverty.
Yes.
And you know, in terms of, you could say, quality of education, because I think one of the difficulties was that, which I don't think it would happen now, particularly with parents like us, because the parents did not know. There was a thing of not knowing what their rights were.
Yes.
You know, there was a language barrier with the Hispanic kid. Because they left him with his grandmother, and then you know, and then they told her to go out. You know, there was like kind of poverty issue, education issue that impacted the decisions they made. That caught them in the cycle. The only parent that seemed to, like, that was the Muslim woman who I think Yusuf's mother, and she was like, "You're interviewing my child. I want to see my child now." And even then, it still ended up, because their money played a part, because in terms of the quality of lawyers they needed, and they didn't get, you know, they got the bottom of the barrel, or people who were not that experienced in that kind of case and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, want to hear what you think about this movie. You can call us on 07539 968 143, or you can drop your comments in the comments box online, you know, and we'll take them. So Jules, you do the honors of reading comments.
Okay, so which comments are we gonna? Right, yes.
Not to yourself, read them out.
That's, you waved, I know. It wasn't about enjoying it. I wanted every detail I missed while crying.
Right,
yes,
okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because
I'm sure I actually missed a lot of sense. I went back.
Sometimes you do actually miss something from the emotions, so you need to go back.
With your emotions. You know what I mean? Yeah.
True.
I think that I watched a different documentary, not just the series, because I went back and I was like, really, what kind of? I mean, I watch crime stories, and one of those people who really watches like CI and stuff. So I ended up going back to watch a full documentary and what really happened with the boys. Because I think in 2012 they put together a documentary on the boys, but I don't think it got a lot of hype like this did. And I don't want to call it hype because it's a true story, right? But it's got a lot of audience, maybe because, one, it's on Netflix, and two, the world has really, really changed. You know, everyone is really sensitive, everyone's more attentive than they've ever been. So I think in this case, I went back and saw the documentary for 2012, and I was thinking, wow, like, these kids, like, can you imagine kids just running in the park? And then the worst case for me was like Corey Wise, who saw his friend. I'm sorry.
Caller, you're online.
Okay. I'm not seeing.
Can you turn your radio down at the back, because we're getting the feedback?
I'll cut it off.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. I've not seen the documentary, but based on what y'all are saying, I'm about to go watch it. I heard about it, but I didn't have a chance to watch it yet. But I think I now want to watch it. But I know I watched the Khalif Browder one, and I was very upset when I watched that.
I've never watched that, you know.
It's really sad.
That's very
fun because I know firsthand how the New York police operate. They literally, like, they have this thing in New York called quarter night. At the end of the month, every police officer is supposed to arrest at least 12 people. So what they do, if they not arresting 12 people,
is that part of their training?
They have to me, yeah, that's true.
Is that part of their training, or what is that about?
No. As part of it, in New York City, the police officers have a quota of arresting 12 people a month. It's mandatory. That's you're doing your job. So at the end of the month, if the police officers if they have arrested 12 people, they ride around in the hood and pick up people. I was picked up twice like that. They just pull up the side and tell you to get in. And you be like, what did I do? They'll say, it's quota. And you get arrested, you get lost in the system for 4 or 5 days because the officer has to show on his report he's arrested 12 people for that month. They probably increased the number by now. So when I watched the Khalif Browder thing, I totally know what that was about. You know what I'm saying? It's something a lot of people don't talk about, but in the hood, everybody knows that. Like, your friends will literally call you and tell you, hey, it's cold at night, don't go out there.
Are you serious? Is that happening even now?
As I'm speaking, it's happening right now. It happens up to today. It's called Quota Night. I mean, it doesn't happen in the UK, but it's something that's very prevalent in New York. They literally just ride around and pick you up. It don't matter if you're innocent. The officer might be like, okay, this month I've arrested 5 people. The end of the month is coming up. I need 7 more people. And he'll pick up 7 people in the same night. Don't matter as long as you're walking on the streets and they see you, they'll pick you up. Wow. It's not about the innocent and guilty. So watching the Khalid Brother movie, I was very, very upset when I was watching I heard about the When They See Us, but I didn't want to watch it because those things are very dangerous. They set up a whole lot of emotions going.
But we can't. But we can't hide away from these things. So my view, and I think I posted it on my Instagram page, and what I was saying is, you know what? I think there's a little bit of this was their journey. They were supposed to go through this journey because who knew what their life would be like if this didn't happen? You know, I'm not saying it was a good thing that happened to them, don't get me wrong.
Right,
okay, right. But look at, like, if we take Nelson Mandela, for example, who spent 27 years in prison, you know, and he came out at the end of it, you know, exactly, you know, like Shawshank Redemption, when you think about movies like that, and things like that, you know, they go through a lot, but their end is always better than their beginning. You know, and
not all the time. Not Khalid Browder though. You gotta watch that.
Justify the mean. They only got 40 million between
No, I get you, but I'm not. This is not justification. What I'm saying is that sometimes you go through. You have to go through a test to have a testimony. You have to go through situations sometimes to be able to tell a story. Sometimes when you go from rags to riches and things like that, you have to be able to. Sometimes that is part of your journey because right now, and I'm not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say, definitely I'm not saying they deserve it. What I'm saying is, those guys are £8 million better off today. Okay? Each guy gets £8 million.
Not necessarily. They might have made way more than that. They might have become vice president. They might have worked with Obama. So
yes. Or
they might be dead and in jail.
Or they could be dead. Or some of them could be dead, or some of them could have still.
I actually thought about that. That's so true.
They might have been whatever they wanted to be, but they cut their life short. So it's not.
Maybe not. Maybe it kind of protected them for a period of time. Do you understand what I mean? Agree, yeah. Maybe that year preserved those years preserved them, and I'm not.
People. The jail changes your whole mind. It rearranges your whole equilibrium. It changes your whole life. Like, I know people go in jail as normal, regular human beings, and when they come out, they are never the same ever again. Again. So not necessarily. I mean, I feel sorry for them, but I'll check out the documentary. But I heard one of your hosts say, watch it, and I'm not the kind of person who likes to watch those things that get me emotionally invested.
Please watch it. It's definitely and I'm gonna go back and watch that other one.
Khalid Browder.
Yeah, because I've never watched that one. I'm gonna go watch that one. But then
no, I was just gonna say something. I know what you're saying about maybe they're protected because they're in prison for a period of time, and then obviously they're better off. But the truth of the matter is that's just 5 people. From what he said, if the statistics are right, imagine the number of people that in prison that, they're not guilty. So these just happen to be 5 people that have made a bit of money. It's not a lot if you think about the number of years that they spend there, and
it's not.
the lost time with their families.
Absolutely not.
So for me, this is just 5 people out of, we don't know the numbers of people that are in prison that are not guilty, that have lost a good chunk of their lives.
For teenage years, they came out as adults. They went in as like kids who were innocent, and then they came out as like grown kids. But really
so people agree with you. No, I do say that, and I'm not in any way trying to, but I guess it's what I tell myself to make myself kind of sleep a bit better, because even after I watched this movie, I wasn't satisfied. I wanted to know what happened to the prosecutor. So I did a bit of research. You know,
nothing ever happened.
Well, you know, the prosecutor went on to be like a famous writer.
No, I'm talking about present day now.
Yeah, I'm talking about today.
Several books and popping it off.
Yeah, she did.
Yes, but what's happened to her since that movie has come out? So I was more curious about what's happened since the movie's come out.
Gotcha.
You know, and everything. So there's.
I don't mean to cut you off, but this is a bigger point. With these kind of cases, everyone knows the situation. Even if she loses her job, she's gonna go on GoFundMe, set up a GoFundMe account, make some more money.
I don't think she.
I don't think anyone's gonna donate to that GoFundMe account. No.
The security
She probably doesn't even need it. Yeah.
Yeah. At the hotel in Vegas, he's already on GoFundMe, collecting a few $100,000 already.
Yeah. So I don't think she will even need a GoFundMe. She's the author of so many books and awards. But what's happened is, and I'm not. Hold on. So what's happened is that she's been dropped by a publicist, like a publishing company. Sorry.
She resigned from all the board of her charity.
And then she's been made to resign from that, and she's been stripped of some of the awards she's been given.
And there's a lot of social media backlash.
Yeah. No, you know
what's her name?
Linda Kirstein.
That's a GoFundMe story. She's gonna make a couple more million. She'll be on GoFundMe.
No one will fund that.
Within the next month, crying her eyes out.
Nobody, sorry, I gotta say something. Nobody's gonna donate to that.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. She wouldn't even make. She's all right though.
Yeah.
She's okay. She's 71. She still has probably.
She's still racist.
Maybe another 30 years. She doesn't understand because she responded. Apparently, I think a couple of days ago on the Wall Street Journal.
Saying what?
Saying the series does not really capture what really happened, and pretty much she what was it? She was very like it didn't capture everything, and she said there are 112 pages documenting what happened, and some of the kids apparently had like semen on them. Apparently,
none of them.
And I think what she fails to understand is that a bunch of teenage boys actually went in for 12 years and came out as grown men. There's no empathy towards these guys. There's no compassion. It's all about like her career and what she did as a prosecutor, and pretty much like about obviously like I think what she's saying is also like a victim got raped, and people are not paying attention to that. And I also read somewhere else that the victim thinks two people raped her because she refuses to.
Racially insensitive, but not a victim. A white lady got raped. That's what happened because
she is a victim. Let's be honest.
Regardless.
I heard the black woman that was thrown off a building, 4 floors off a building, and died.
Yeah, but what we can't do in the name of race is justify one crime over the other. They're both
Sorry, but I was gonna ask this question.
Hold on one second, caller. Let's just get.
So what I was gonna say is, so through all of this, did they find like different DNA samples on this rape victim, or there was nothing?
So there was DNA samples of the person who confessed to raping her.
So, but it didn't match any of
them.
It didn't match any kids.
The 4 guys, the clothes they wore that day didn't have any dirt, anything on it. The location of where the boys were picked up and where they were hanging out was nowhere near the part of the park that the woman was raped. The boys couldn't even say where the rape happened. Even when they were like, they couldn't even really say.
You see, that's the reason why I really don't want to watch this.
Yeah, too.
Because seriously, when you think about these things, it's just really
not
sad.
Though, it just really
it's not
makes you
really
realize. I think American racism is on a different level.
No, American racism is on a different level.
I must say that.
It can never happen. This can never happen.
But I really wonder if they have cases like that.
Hold on a second. This happened in '89. So to say this could never happen in Britain, maybe not now. Okay,
did it happen
this will not happen.
Did it happen in '89 in Britain?
No. Well, we don't know.
There are any cases like this that happened in '89.
We haven't heard any movies of cases that have come out.
There will be.
I mean, one thing is for sure: the madness that goes on in America with black people and racism and all that, it doesn't go on in the UK.
No, it doesn't.
It's a little bit more subtle,
it goes
but
on,
it does
I think
happen.
it's a little bit subtle. Exactly, that's the word. It's actually quite
because you guys
subtle.
are more conservative. You know, you guys are good at like really hiding your emotions or imploding.
So but I think Let's take some of the comments on Instagram. Julie, do the honors.
Okay, so we have one of the funny ones was they need to try her too.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that. But
They need to try.
They need to try the prosecutor, Linda Furstein.
Yeah, for
But
something.
how do you
There
try
must be
her?
something. Even
I'm sorry,
There's a
it's not
statute
just
of
the
limitation
there's a
in New
police,
York.
there's
I
a
think it's 7
system.
years
Yeah.
now.
There's an
thing is,
entire
most of them are
system.
probably dead and retired.
Exactly. So there's
Yeah.
an entire
She's
system. There's the
71.
forensics. There's the lab. There's the everything.
Yeah.
There's a total failure here.
Yeah.
So it's not just going to start from the prosecution or the prosecutor or anything. It's going to be that everybody in the system at that time needs to go to jail.
There are more
That's
blacks
it.
in jail than in college in the States.
Yeah. And
So-
it's also I forgot what I was gonna say. Go on. My brain's
Yeah, there are more blacks in jail in the United States than they have in college.
So there was a comment about that. A test, 40% of
40% of
male.
males
Yeah,
in prison
yeah, they all,
are black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is what Kim Kardashian's doing for us.
The jail,
It's sad. We don't need Kim Kardashian to do that for us.
Yeah.
There should be the system should
Well,
be in place
the system
working.
should work,
Yes.
but at
The
least
system should
she's
work.
doing it through
Yeah.
through two black lawyers.
Yeah, but think about the fact that these things should work. Who
Yeah.
gets okay? So you know the musician. That's this guy in what's this boy group? What, no, not One Direction. What's this boy group that were J2 something?
I know who you're saying.
Orisha.
Yeah.
So he got arrested for
Yeah,
rape,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
then and everything. And then last week he's
He
been
was found not guilty,
vindicated.
yeah.
So why do we have this happening here where people haven't done this, they haven't committed this crime, and then in America is a black man who's they say he's committed a crime, and for no reason, there's no DNA samples, there's nothing, and then this person goes to jail for years and years and years.
I know, but that happened in '89. I don't even think in America would
I
happen.
think
now.
America is still, we're still
Yeah.
scared of this whole system. Americans still have this thing about, there's still this thing dangling over the black Americans' heads all over America. Like,
Yeah.
they have this thing. We're free, you know. Like I said, it's not, we don't have an open racism here. They have an open white supremacy in America. So it can still happen.
I think what
I think the only reason it won't happen is because it's a new world where there's like a whole new every technology and everything. Hopefully, you know, it doesn't happen to someone.
So what
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I've been trying to work out is why is there no law against racism? Why don't people get like convicted?
There are laws against racism. So if you're not hired because of the color of your skin, that's a crime. If you're not, so there are laws against racism. If you're, that's
I think it's proving it that it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's proving it that it's difficult.
There are laws.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
How do you prove
No
it?
one's
It's your
supposed
word
to
against
discriminate
mine.
against you because
Yeah.
of your sex, your age, your gender, and also all those things are there. But it's whether or not,
Okay.
I think it's race we're talking about, like in terms of discrimination. I think there's age, there's all that other stuff, but like race is the main thing. I don't think you guys really have that here because obviously living in the States and being African, when you're African, you can't really relate to the struggles of Black Americans. So you're kind of like, what are they so angry about? But if you go down to the history and really like explore it, then you understand why they're so mad. You know what I mean? It's only now that I think they're starting to get an audience to kind of like explain what they've gone through, what their grandparents have been through, what their ancestors have been through. And then when you understand it, then you start to understand why. But having said that, you can't take that generational anger and use it as a justification for whatever it is that you're
keeps going on.
keeps going on. Yeah. There's a point where it really needs to end, right? Like look at Nipsey Hussle.
Well,
not to bring him up, but
well, thank you, caller, for your commentary. The other thing I wanted to add was that Ava, I can never say her surname, Duverne, whatever. What's that surname? The lady who made the movie.
The director.
Ava DuVernay.
Yeah. So she actually reached out. According to her, she reached out to the prosecutor to get her side when making the movie. and that one she refused, saying that it would have to be she would have to tell a story. Yeah, without the boys' input, and she was like, this story was about the boys, so yeah, and so it's not like they never reached out to her, but I wouldn't even wanna. If I was her, I'd just go under a rock and stay there and stuff. So yeah, so more comments. So I've seen a comment. Kim Kardashian. Okay, is doing a great job. Yes, yeah, I think Kim is actually doing a great job.
I agree.
You're right. It shouldn't take Kim.
I'm saying yes, she's doing a great job. But Kim, it's not in her place. I'm sorry.
She's working with two lawyers. Anyway,
yeah, I know, but there needs to be. It needs to be fixed. I'm sorry, but. Yeah. There's it doesn't really, for me, I really think that there's always obviously a huge crack in the system if Kim Kardashian is the one that's going to be getting people out of jail.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
Really.
Like seriously, you're right.
You know,
well, I'll take her if she's the only one.
Well, good. I mean, it's a good thing. Out. Thank God that she's doing it for people. But I feel like. Why are people in jail in the first place for a crime they didn't commit, you know, so and everything. So I'm really hoping that the system, you know, reforms itself and everything. So let's see how it goes.
So someone said about his house was burnt down last week.
Whose house?
Whose house was burnt down? So help me. I'm curious. I want to know whose house was burnt down last week.
Do you want to comment on?
Oh no, yeah. So yeah, if you could rewrite the comments, if you could.
Can't tell.
Yeah, no, you don't need to put that there.
I was gonna write.
Yeah. So yeah, if you can retype that comment clearly about whose house got burnt down, it'd be interesting to know. So again, if you're just joining us, we are
Orishe's house was burnt down.
Really?
Oh, wow.
What, because of
because he got vindicated.
See, that's the thing, man. Guilty or not, that mud sticks. Look at that guy. What's his name from Empire?
Jussie Smollett.
Yeah,
Jussie Smollett.
But they're paying him to sit at home at the moment. He's guilty. I don't know business. African brothers. I hate it. Didn't you used to hate it when they start talking about Nigerian brothers? They're Americans. Okay?
I know.
They are Americans. Stop saying the Nigerian brothers. I used to do my head in. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so if you're just joining us, we've been talking about the movie When They See Us.
Yes.
What's that?
We're live on what do you want?
When They See Us.
We're watching live.
Huh?
Go on. Oh, it's disturbing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Jesus. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Okay, apologies, live radio. You know.
I've never been on radio. Sorry, I was just a bit distracted. Right, what was I saying? Yeah, so if you're just joining us, we're talking about the movie When They See Us. Okay, would love to get your commentary on that. 07539 968 143. We're going to be going to the news in about 9 minutes, so please do call before the news or call after the news. A couple other things we're going to be talking about. Did you have anything you wanted to talk about? Anything? I think it would just be interesting to hear our personal journeys. It's always good.
Okay, cool. All right, so we'll talk personal journeys in a moment. So the other couple of things I wanted to mention, I want to talk about the Nike plus size mannequin. Yeah. Yeah. Doing it for the girls. Go on, Nike. I said, you know what? Nike has got a CEO who's plus size, or some sort of senior VP who was coming and thought, nope, got to do something for this plus size, because how they came up with that has to be somebody who's somehow plus size. So I want to talk about that because I think there was a bit of it's created a bit of a controversy in discussion about some people saying that Nike is not giving a good should I say, like, they're not giving a good impression of people with obesity.
They're glamorizing obesity.
Yeah, they're glamorizing obesity. And then one of the ladies that was making the comment was saying that mannequin is not getting ready to go for a run. That one is getting ready to go for diabetics.
I'm sorry, but my philosophy in life is that everyone cannot be skinny. So can we all just live and let live?
Yes.
I don't understand. Everyone can
and just
be
because you're skinny doesn't
skinny.
mean you're healthy.
Exactly.
That's
Just
the
because
other-
you're skinny doesn't mean you don't have diseases or some kind of medical condition and stuff like that. Come on. Healthy or no healthy. Come, I've gone to a funeral where this guy was the healthiest human being ever. He only came out of his flat and he died right on the road.
Yeah.
He had a blood clot.
Yeah.
And he was the best. He was he was an athlete, he was a footballer, he was this, he was that, he never drank, he never smoked, he never did anything.
Yeah, I hear stories.
He never did anything that I did. And he just dropped.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I don't understand. Just let people be. You know, everyone can be skinny. No, everyone can be fat. Some people even have.
I think a lot.
I mean, I don't have a problem, really. If Nike wants to have a plus size mannequin, let them have a plus size mannequin. It works for them. You know, everyone's trying to make money. There's this huge market and everything. This is all trying to make money.
Probably everyone's
kind
getting
of
bigger.
Yeah, maybe we're all getting bigger. I am.
It's getting better.
I think if you're overweight, don't you have a right to exercise and wear nice exercise?
Are you allowed to find like active wear to fit
exactly
you?
that?
Yeah.
I think
it's just all about inclusivity. That's about it. They're just trying to include everyone. I think I read somewhere about they're also gonna have, or maybe they do already, having mannequins for disabled mannequins as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, I just feel like, look, talking as a plus size girl myself, right? I think it's good what Nike's done. Because personally, when I go into those shops and I want to buy an outfit, I don't have to go around looking, do they do up to this size? What size? All I need to do is look at the mannequin. I want what she's wearing.
That's a huge sales strategy.
Listen, I'll be like, look, that mannequin looks about my size. Just take that one off, because for me, when I go in, it means that they do my size. I don't, you know. So I think for me, that's a good thing. You know, the person who actually started this whole comment about whether or not it's a you're glamorizing obesity, whether you like it or not, there's always going to be big people trying to get skinny.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
There's always and you know what? Sportswear now is a lot of times is for fashion.
It's all fashion.
People wear sports things for comfort, to fashion. So who told you I'm going to jogging anyway? Who goes? I ain't going jogging.
So, but what's wrong? Wait, can I just ask? What's wrong?
The biggest controversy, or whatever you're trying to say, is that those mannequins basically are promoting obesity. I disagree.
But what's wrong with what's wrong with the person
people
trying to be healthy?
Yes.
What's wrong with somebody that is
what's
big,
wrong with
trying to watch their weight, work out and everything? What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
So you're trying to say let's condemn the fat people and let the skinny people
exclude them? Well, they're never excluded. It just didn't happen.
But I think it's more of condemnation.
Women,
I think it's more of condemnation because I'm saying because. Are you trying to say skinny people are the only ones that are allowed to work out, or what? Is that what we hear about this?
No, that's not what they say. I don't even know what the issue is.
I don't understand.
I don't understand what the issue is.
Can I say something?
Well, I'm putting it out there to
because
anybody.
You're skinny does not mean you're healthy. Like I think that.
And guys, that's coming from a thick, skinny girl, by the way. So let's just be clear. So don't think there's 4 women in the room all overweight. Nah, that's the skinniest one in the room.
Okay, maybe. But seriously, just because you're skinny, I hate the gym. I hate what it feels like after a workout. I hate recovering from whatever. It takes me like a week to recover. So I hate the gym. But just so I'm probably not the healthiest person sitting in this room, to be honest. But the truth is, just because you're skinny does not equate to good health. I was reading what's definition of good health is. It's not just about your physical well-being, it's about your mental well-being as well. It's your body, spirits, like everything, the total well-being, your head to toe, mind, body, soul, whatever. So this is something that people need to understand. It's about like
health habits. Like, do you exercise? Like, what do you do with yourself? So that's the most important thing that people need to understand. Some skinny girls, I have a really skinny friend. She's like a size 0, and she doesn't work out.
Yeah. And I know some plus size girl like my good self that are rather strong. Yeah. Stronger than some skinny girls. You know, when it comes down to lifting things, you know, they're there. And the skinny girls are like, you know, shout out to my skinny people out there. I do love you guys. But, you know, I'm just saying it because to be honest, you know, going back to what we're talking about, I like the fact that I can go to Nike, and Nike is for me, Nike always does stuff for plus size in terms of because it's all stretch anyway. But it's nice for them to be calling it out in terms of, it's nice for them to be calling out the what they're doing, you know, in terms of a mannequin. So anytime they're sold out of stuff, I can be like, yeah, I want the stuff on the mannequin, you know. And then in turn, I was in Zara yesterday, and I noticed that Zara have now started doing
extra large, XX large,
XXL.
XXL.
I mean, personally,
yeah.
I still think.
Oh yeah,
yes, it's very new.
It's very new. Yeah. Yeah, it is new. I saw a dress I wanted.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the sizes.
Yeah, this is that 16, 18.
Yes, I was looking at the sizes and I saw XXXL, and I'm thinking, Zara, really? You know,
but it's all about inclusivity. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to include everyone.
They have to, because
and I'm sure a lot of other shops or whatever. Like,
like Mango needs to follow suit, because otherwise they're gonna start losing money. You know. So listen, big plus size girls, we spend money. Okay. We spend money. We spend money on clothes. We spend money on quality clothes.
Just trying to look
so
cute.
If you're a person that's making clothes out there and you've got, do something for the sport of plus size women. Okay. That's what I want to say. Do something for the plus size women, and you see money road. Skinny people can buy clothes from anywhere. They can buy cheap things that make it look really expensive, and get really expensive things that make it look really cheap.
So true.
But do you know what I mean?
It's a lot easier.
It's a lot easier. But big girls have to really think about what they're putting on and how it looks, how it stretches, and how it does all of that. You know, so to those out there who are in the fashion business, there's money, big girls spend money, so do something for the big girls. So we're going to be going to the news, and we'll be right back with more after this.
That was amazing. That was good. Well done.
Can we dance?
You're good. You're good. Really good.
I'm sorry about that. It's a nightmare getting here.
Instagram and Facebook.
Are we still live? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's how we need to dance.
Can we dance?
Within our community. To address the oppression and injustice within our community.
I'm sorry. So guys,
issues which have a major effect upon the black.
We're going to be out for 10 minutes for the news, and then we're going to come back. So I'm going to switch off the live and come back. Okay? Join us back. We've got more to talk about. Join us back.
By actively supporting the development of and within our community.
I've actually been on live too, so I can actually see the comments.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not really active on Instagram, but you know, I need to get. I was trying to send a message to more people to join Asia Everyone's page.
Hello.
Yeah. This is all the firearm in the New Ramble district center on Monday. The police say the 15-year-old girl, whose identity has been withheld, was reportedly found at a house in the community, at which the police and the military personnel conducted an operation about 7 a.m. 3 other persons, all
I need to
male,
use the bathroom.
Me too.
That little tip. I just simple one.
Me too.
Shut me down quickly.
Okay, see you.
Shocking.
All right, okay.
Ammunition.
All right.
The 4 remain in police custody as investigators.
We're gonna run to.
We're still,
Clarendon Death Squad cops free of murder.
guys,
A 7-member
just to let you know, so we can talk, but just be mindful we're still live on here.
and consult
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
of the 2012 murder of Anthony Toby.
That's the way.
But you don't even have a camera. There's like.
After retiring for deliberation. During the trial, which
Don't tell me you're cold.
the
This place is hot.
prosecution had evidence that the policeman shot and killed Charles Nkosa in the area called Race Stop in Clarendon on February 2012.
Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom quickly before we get
When you
back.
finish,
No, it's not in here. It's outside.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's down the hall, so it's more than one
Let's go.
toilet, so you can all go. Okay, wait.
And white were among 30 calls from the Clarendon Police Division. who were in 2014 charged by the Independent Commission of Investigations for allegedly carrying out extra initiatives as part of a state death squad based in the parish. Adams was acquitted of a murder charge in January, but is awaiting trial for the killing of Edith Washington at the Maple Hospital on January 14, 2013.
Traffic.
He's also the face of
I can imagine this is the rain. We got here like just in the nick of time.
Have launched independent probe for ascertaining where and the two teenage daughters were carried away from one hospital and denied attention for hours at another after being brutally raped. The mother and her two daughters were each raped by gunmen who broke into their house 2 Fridays ago. The females were first escorted by the police to the Maple Hospital because the facility was deemed to be closest to the St. Catherine community where the horrific crime was committed. However, on reaching the hospital, it is alleged that the police officers were instructed by the doctors on duty to take the victims to the Spanish Town Hospital since the incident happened in St. Catherine. On reaching the Spanish Town Hospital shortly before 2 a.m. Saturday, the police were allegedly blasted by the doctors in the A&D department for taking in the victims at that hour. A rape kit exam was not done until more than 6 hours after. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said he has since asked the CEO of Maple Hospital to investigate the matter after a doctor brought it to his attention. We have a protocol that gives not only treatment, of course, to victims generally, but priority treatment to victims of rape and carnal abuse and loss of things. They get priority treatment, meaning they are not allowed to wait, Tufton said.
Because my mom is going to be
CEO of the Maple Hospital, Brother Sinclair, said that sending the victim to Spanish Town Hospital is a judgment call made by the doctors based on various circumstances. Spanish Town is an advanced hospital. It is a category B, we are a category C. So they would have got more advanced treatment there. We would have more doctors, more nurses, more everybody. Remember, we are on the siege down here. And maybe it was only
so what did you say about
an entire NEC investigation?
Just other stuff, like less heavy stuff.
Where my doctors under
That's
pressure
why I said personal.
and
Like
don't
what?
have the human resources.
Yeah, but how do you know what's personal is not heavy?
Different things he said. The CEO said his investigations indicate that
I don't know,
the doctors and the
anything you
police
want to talk
officers
about.
came to an amicable agreement to take the victim to the Spanish Town Hospital because the police only had one rape kit with them and the hospital didn't store any. Although police officers generally receive rape kits at the police station, some hospitals do have them in storage. I get to understand that this was an arrangement with all the police and the people involved. Everybody agreed because everybody understood what was happening, he said. My doctor at my hospital, I believe he did the best thing in the interest of the patient, the police, and the investigation, and all of that because they did not have the resources to do 3 rape victims at the same time, Sinclair said. One of the police officers, when contacted, said they had no choice but to leave the hospital.
I've never drank so much in my life.
He said one of the 2 men doctors at the time was particularly.
Have you guys done the cocktails?
A police
Yeah,
officer
we did.
who had never encountered hospital bringing rape victims to the facility in the past said there were
Hello,
first
mommy.
known
Hi,
that the
howdy,
3
buddy.
females
You
could
don't
not
leave.
receive medical attention because the
Okay,
hospital didn't have any rape kit. The cop said after disclosing where they came from to get to the hospital,
I think
the
another
doctor
way you
told
can
the
drum
cop
up
that he
of
received
additional.
instructions to not treat persons from other
Let
parishes.
me see.
He
You
proceeded
can
to tell the
advertise.
police
Can't you
officer
advertise?
then that he did
Facebook.
not
Yeah,
get involved.
Okay.
because he did not
Facebook.
want to have
Well,
to
what's
tune
your
in.
name?
Get that.
For people to tune in.
Had already started to pre-screen the victims.
Yeah.
But the
We don't.
police
We've got
alleged
Facebook.
that the
Yeah,
issue
I advertise on my Facebook
and the authorities
as well.
were
But what I want
No,
to
what
do,
I mean is like paid promotion.
Okay, bye.
I should pay for the promotion.
Yeah, it's like even if it's like 20 quid or 10 quid every now and again. What that does is it increases your followership. And it,
Well, should I do on Instagram or Facebook?
We went in with the 3 women.
Where do you have more
We told them
followers?
that these women were raped and we needed assistance. And the doctor
Think
said,
about Facebook.
No,
Facebook is not about
we're not doing
following.
any.
It's
You should
just
have called
about.
before.
Just do it on
And if you had
Instagram.
called, we would have instructed you.
Especially
that
when you're
at this
having-
time,
That's where I'm trying to
it is
increase my
only 3 of
following.
us here on the ward,
Especially when you're
and
having
we're
a
not
few
doing
guests on the
cases.
show and you
So
want
after
people
some,
to
you have to
like
wait until tomorrow.
be
because
Okay.
the news should start.
what you
The
find
police
is that you
officer
actually get a lot of
reported.
people.
The police
Really?
officer said
But
they
the
would
one that
meet
really,
with the
really
woman
pays
and
is when you have a
children,
plan and you do it
changing their
constantly.
posture
But
from
I've
sitting to
done paid
standing
promotions a
between
few
class.
times.
And the
So
same
say my
class
average
shift.
likes is like
Wait
20 or
until the
30.
next shift of doctors
I can
started
get
at
like
8 a.m. It
300
was at this point
just
that
from a
the
paid
females
promotion.
received
Yeah.
medical attention. When contacted, the CEO
So
of
what do you
Spanish
think
Hospital,
of the?
Dwayne Francis, said that he heard about the matter from a
What do you
senior
think so
doctor
far?
and was in the process of investigating.
It's
Preliminary
good.
investigations, he said, suggested that
Were
the
you
woman
watching
and
it
her 2 daughters
on your way?
No, because I don't have Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
Unless I'm in my house or somewhere that's got Wi-Fi.
As a result of this, he said the doctors were not aware that they needed emergency.
So what are you going to talk about next?
They turned up on their own.
So we're gonna
and were
still talk
triaged
about
and seen from between
the-
8:30 and 9 o'clock. Francis
I'm
said.
gonna recap
Normally, when the police come
about,
to a case of
and then
full situation, they will go straight into the emergency room.
and then I'm gonna
This
talk about the
wasn't
tube one.
case, and I don't know why they would have
Oh, yeah.
gone to non-urgent,
That's a
said
good
the
one.
hospital's CEO. However, the police have denied that claim, saying that the 3 rape victims were taken to the A&E department. Head of
Yeah,
the
me
South
afterwards,
Dakota
can I get everyone's
investigation
food?
into offences and the
At
trial
the
of
Caribbean
Senior
place.
Superintendent
What's it called
Sharon
again?
Chan said
The
Sissoka
jerk place.
headquarters in Kingston
Get everyone.
is
Like
equipped with
something
medical
to-
doctors.
Like everyone can go, we can all go in and
victims
choose.
of rape. It is
Oh,
not
yeah,
so
I mean,
independent
we all came
in
down
the
together.
area.
We all
What
in
time?
Have to take their victims.
It's not till
Finish
10
at
today.
8. No, we'll finish at 8.
Tomorrow's 10 o'clock.
They have
Yeah,
been
we'll finish at
complaining of
8.
long waiting periods.
Tomorrow, you get tomorrow. Yeah.
No, I'm going to this event, 56 Black Men.
The senior officer from the Ministry of Health.
What's that?
You've never heard of 56 Black Men?
I've not heard of anything. Just talk to me like I don't know anything. Because all I do is
So
stay in my
it's
house.
basically 56 black men who
Security guards arrested.
it's a
charged in alleged
non-for-profit
JOTC
foundation
racket.
that basically tries
Private
to
security guards have been arrested. In charge with
their aim is to try and eradicate
alleged
stereotype
racket.
amongst black men. So is this 56 black men all black in hoodies,
In a
but
statement
they're all
yesterday,
professionals
JUTC
that you wouldn't think
spokesperson said the guards were
with
held
their
on Sunday
background
morning.
and whatever.
During the
So
sting operation,
and there's
the bus
they're
company
56 in
is
number.
illegal.
All of them have hashtag 1,
Spokesperson
hashtag
said
2,
the
hashtag
operation
3.
is sponsored by
Really good
intelligence
concept, really good.
of
So
the
they're doing an
different
event.
operation at the location. It
Um,
was disclosed that several
their
tribal
first
and plastic boxes
event, Father's Day.
containing fuel were found
What are they
hidden
trying to
in the
create
system
awareness
of the compound.
That's what I said, like stereotype against, you know. So it's yeah. So just trying to eradicate some of those stereotypes, and it's a non-for-profit foundation that sort of They've been everywhere. They've been on BBC. They've been everywhere.
Reveals that the private security guards have
So,
been
yeah.
actively involved in the extraction of the fuel from the buses, and are alleged to be the masterminds in the entire operations at the JUTC Lindus Road depot. Port Antonio Hospital gets much needed ambulances. Port Antonio Hospital in Portland last Wednesday received a major boost to its emergency response system thanks to the Northeast Regional Health Authority, which supplied 2 new ambulances valued at $28.4 million to the facility. This increases the hospital's fleet to 3. The ambulances were handed over by Chairman Tyrone Robinson.
So when you miss the show,
Executive
let me
officer
see.
of the
When you're not
Port
able to
Antonio
host the show,
Hospital,
who does
in a
it?
brief ceremony on the compound.
So they play
I'm very
audio.
happy for receiving 2
Like on stock.
ambulances
Someone comes
on
in and
behalf of the
plays
patients
audio.
and the people
I could get someone to cover
I say thanks.
one of the other
Port
presenters.
Antonio Hospital is
But,
12 kilometers
they
away
usually
from
play
the
audio.
hospital, which is an auto
They play audio of the
These
previous
two
shows that we've had
ambulances moving the number to
and stuff
3
like that.
is a tremendous boost, and these will help us to impact the care we give to
So how is this radio
patients.
station?
On a daily basis, we're
How is this
expecting
radio station funded?
operations for
Go for a
various
second.
reasons.
Huh?
As a referring
That one is for all the see all those conversations for later.
And when we have one
We've
ambulance,
got
it was the
30
delay.
seconds
With
left.
the additions, this will be much speeded up.
Can you get these guys to
in a
me?
timely manner, she added. The CEO said the hospital will now be able to respond to emergencies much quicker than it was able to previously.
Yeah, so you
The
can
second time, the hospital had to call on neighboring hospitals for assistance.
Close it
I
if
want to
the
say
sound is
thanks to
distracting.
the regional
Yeah,
director,
close it.
KB Lam, and the chairman, Mr. Tyrone Robinson. JBN, we keep you informed.
Okay, we are back. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the news. So right. Forgive the shuffle in the background. I think. Do you know what? We're normally more on point with this kind of stuff, but I think the drink is playing a factor. I have to be honest. I think the drink is playing a factor. So we're just waiting for people to join us back on Instagram while we go into our other topics. While we're going to our other topics. So just bear with me a moment, guys. So how you girls feeling so far?
Good.
Great.
Good. This has been fun.
This is fun.
It's fun. I'm trying to go live. Sorry. No call.
So, right, okay, so guys, apologies for the distraction. Right, okay, so before the news, we were talking about the movie
When They See Us.
When They See Us.
Yeah.
That name always gets stuck.
Yeah, sometimes it's like
I always think the way they look at us, I always
They
think
look at
so
us.
many different names. So, yeah, so we were talking about that. So we can still talk about it some more. If you want to give your commentaries, please join and add your commentaries. Also, we're talking about the Nike plus size Nike mannequin that's now in Oxford Street, and I hope ends up everywhere. And it sparks a conversation about Nike sort of trying to, what's that word you use, Julie? Trying to
inclusivity for everyone. Just
no.
trying to include
That
everyone.
what was the issue with the people
Talking
having
about
issue with
promoting
it?
obesity or something.
Yeah, right. That's
glamorizing.
it. Yeah, glamorizing. That's the word you use.
Obesity, yes, yeah.
Glamorizing obesity, and so I think we were kind of like, no, they're not doing that, and they're not doing that, and that yes, it's all right to be big. I'm just saying that big people spend money, so plus size. You know, women, we spend money. Okay, we spend more money than
Their clothes are
skinny
more
people.
expensive anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
know, so I think people are generally missing a trick in terms of whether or not, in terms of whether or not or how we spend money and stuff like that. So, more stuff to talk about. Now, just to remind you guys who cannot see us, I'm joining the studio with some of my goody friends in the room. So I've got Julie, our African American. Always African.
I know, literally African American.
You know, our African American friend. You know, and then I've got Shade London in the house. Shades London.
Yes.
Shade, not Shade. Shades London. In the house, and I've got CEO of Ravison Cocktail, Mary J in the house.
Hey.
Girls, talk in the camera. Is it the drink? I know we should have had snacks. We got drinks and no snacks.
What camera? Is there a camera somewhere?
Well,
Well,
Mike,
there
you know
is-
what I mean.
Oh, talking
In the mic. I said, hey.
In the mic.
Can you hear me?
Where's my mic? Where's my
I'm
mic?
talking in the microphone.
You can use both.
Hey.
Am I actually talking in the mic?
Hey, hi.
I think child mic is
I know I can't really hear you guys for some reason.
No, I think this
I
is
feel
very
like
good.
can you hear yourself when you speak it?
We can
No, I
hear
can
you.
hear myself.
I can
No, you won't. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what I'm saying. You won't hear it, but people can hear you. Trust me, we've done a
Right.
sound check. They've
Right.
checked and confirmed.
Ah,
Nah.
good.
Yeah. So, or if you know, so Jay and Shadi on the other side. So, if you can't hear them, you need to hear them more. Please let us know if you can't, and we will turn them up. We will crank them up. So, the numbers to call in the studio to join in our discussion is 07539 968 143. 07969 968 143.
Actually, you want to do like a +44 because I think I have a couple people tuned in from outside.
Okay. Oh, if you're calling from
Wherever.
wherever, the code you need is +44. But you'd know that anyway, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Probably
Without
not.
the
Yeah.
0.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, didn't know that. You didn't know that.
I hope so.
Okay, so if you're tuning
Sorry, I
in,
may not look at the number. Sorry, go on. So we're having a private discussion.
you're having a private discussion live on radio.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's an open
Who does
secret.
that?
An open conversation.
So yeah, I think if we do it this way, then
Oh, there we
know.
go. Then they can actually see.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Right.
Anyway,
So
yeah.
the other thing we are talking about today is, so there was an article about a week ago this was about London Tube, It was about a lady's experience on the London Tube, which then sparked a bit of a debate. So it was basically, so I'll just read a bit of the article. So basically, a woman has sparked a debate on tube etiquette after giving up her seat on the London Underground for a young boy. The woman involved said the boy's mother asked her to let her son sit down because he was just a child, so there was no other reason, but it was just a... She later questioned whether she made the right decision as to allowing the boy to sit down. So I think what had happened, so she described it as, it was on the busy tube, and she managed to get a seat when a woman tells her to give up her seat for her son, who looked about 10 years old. She didn't say anything, she didn't respond, but then the lady now raised her voice at her, like, let my son sit down, kind of thing. And so she kind of stared at the woman in disbelief, and even people on the train are kind of looking. But before she knew it, you know, she got up, looked around, everyone seemed a bit mystified. She got up anyway. The woman now said that after she left, she wondered whether or not she did the right thing. She started, you know, questioning, you know, when you take an action, like, why did I get up, sort of thing. And she started sort of questioning why she got up and whether she should have got up, that sort of thing. So the question was now sparked a debate. At what point should an adult get up for children? At what point do you get up for children? And I wanted to kind of go around the room and ask my friend.
Okay, so as your most aggressive friend, as the fighter, so as the one that is not afraid to get into a fight, yeah, you want to bully me, bully me into getting up for a 10-year-old. It wouldn't happen. No, I'll get it for a baby. I'll get it for a 1-year-old. I wouldn't even have to be asked as a mother. Yeah. Right. You wouldn't even have to ask me before I say, you know what, sit down and everything. But you shout at me. Oh,
raise your voice.
Gee. Oh, wow. I will be having a field day on that train. Everyone will have a show to watch on the train. Because that's bullying. You just basically bullied someone. So what she did is she profiled everyone. Round sitting. Let's see. Oh, you look soft. I can get you. You look like you can be bullied. Yeah. She won't do that with me. She won't do that with someone like, because you know what? In the first place, I'm not even looking at you. So where do you get off telling me to get up for your 10-year-old son? He's only 10. He's 10. 10-year-old kids are so energetic. They can stand for hours. They're good. You know, and everything. But don't tell me, you don't get up telling anyone. That's just a bully. And I'm sorry, you don't. And then I have a problem with people that have done something and then you go back. Medicine after death, right? You go back and you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done it, I should have done it. You know what? You've done it. You've been bullied, you've been played. So you know what, can the rest of us just move on from this?
I've got a view about that, actually. So let me just go to you, Shadi. Right. What do you think? What would you do? First of all, do you think there should, a child should have a place more than an adult? And what would you do in that situation?
So I think for me, I don't get on the train often, and because I don't have a 9 to 5. But
well, excuse you, boss lady.
Excuse me.
Do you know what I mean? She's throwing shade at
I have to throw that in there. But no, seriously, this actually happened with somebody. I was on the train, I think it was a month ago, and a lady had come into the train. I don't think her daughter was 10 years old. She was probably 8. And that made me look at what the rules are. The rules on the tube are clear. You get up for disabled people, you get up for elderly people, and you get up for pregnant people, or you get up for people with very, very small children. Yeah. Now, you can use your discretion. If somebody is in need or if the person needs a bit of help, you can help. Yeah. But I don't think it's right for you to... I think Mary is right. You've acted badly. You've acted badly by bullying somebody out of their position. You can ask nicely, like, "Oh, I'm really tired," or "He's really grumpy. Can you give up your seat?" But to command, there's no rules on the train that says get up for 10-year-olds. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the first thing I would check. But I don't actually blame the woman, because a lot of people, I think their default action is to be polite. So if somebody tells you to do something, you don't always have the time to process it if that person is bullying you in the moment. So, I don't think I think I would have been that woman that would have gotten up and I would have felt bad afterwards.
I always like good people.
Yeah. I think it doesn't make you right. It just means that some of us just we don't fight like Mary does.
Anything out of you to be polite, to be
Right.
honest. So,
Exactly. So what would you do?
I think
For all you know, you don't even know if this woman had some kind of condition, if she was not feeling too good at that day, she has period pain, which everybody downplays. You know, anyone could have. I mean, period pain. We as women should get 5 days off every month. You know, she could have period. She could be going through that, right? And then you go and tell her to get up. If I had period pain and you told me to get up, I don't know what would have happened that day. But thank God it's not me. Then,
okay. So just to, for those of you just joining us, just to let you know what we're talking about. So we're talking about an incident that happened to a woman, not one of us, another woman on the tube, where she was basically told to get up for a 10-year-old boy by the mother of the 10-year-old boy. And when she was told the first time, she kind of just looked a bit sort of like confused, and then the woman raised her voice at her for her to get up. She got up and left, and then wondered whether or not she did the right thing by getting up. So that kind of sparked a debate. So I'm asking my guest in the studio, what would you do in that situation? So in that situation, do you think it was right for her to get up? And Mary J has just said, I don't even know why she got up, and then she's rethinking her actions afterwards. And so Julie, I want to come to you. What do you think? What would you do?
This is a very weird situation, to be honest. Like, I think like moving to London has really like calmed me down. And if I was on the tube, quote unquote, and someone asked me to get up, I'm not sure what I would do, to be honest. I probably would, I look at a kid and feel some kind of like a compassion and let him just sit down. But I think like if she asked me impolitely and she was rude, I probably wouldn't get up. I don't know. I really can't say in that situation. This is just all hypothetical. I wouldn't get up for a little.
They're not saying. I don't think Julie would get up if you were aggressive towards him.
If you're aggressive
I think
towards
Julie would
me,
be like, you talking to me?
No, I wouldn't just say it's like get the whatever out of here. You're kidding me? Because I've had a situation in London which I never ever had in New York. I was on a bus in London, and some lady actually lost her wallet, and she's walking around talking to everyone. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not even gonna pay attention to this lady. And I turned around, and she actually said to me, like, "You, where is it?" Like to me. Like she said, "You, where?" I was like, "What?" Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually cursed her out. Like, there were a lot of like F-bombs, like everything flying on this bus. I couldn't believe it because I lived in New York for like a really long time, and this never ever happened to me. So for this to happen to me in London was shocking because you guys are a lot more like. You guys are a lot more calmer.
You got it twisted. You got attitude now.
I've always said conservative. You guys are passive. So when she actually came to me, I was like, "This lady's crazy. This has never happened to me." But I don't know what I would do. I'd probably look at a kid first, think of a kid first, and then, maybe get up. I can't think of anything else. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna quickly read some comments. So someone said, "Oh, she could have." Maybe she had mental health disorder, maybe. Okay, so maybe she did, but I don't think she did because she was asking for her son to sit down. So let's be clear about what we know about this. Okay, the son is about 10 years old. Okay, so she comes on, she wants somebody. You're asking somebody who's already occupying a seat. Okay, to give up their seat. If you're going to do that, you're going to do it politely.
In the most polite way
even ever. If you're even if
you have to tell a lie.
Yeah, the thing on the tube, it says priority for elderly people and for disabled and small children.
People less able to sit. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so if it's a small child like a 3-year-old and those kind of children that was struggling in that kind of space, I get that. But even those people that you're supposed to give priority for, I'm not being funny. If I give you that seat and you don't say thank you, you'll know about it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because whether you're disabled or pregnant, you can't say thank you. Do you understand? And that's as Brits, that's one thing that's very important to us. Yeah. Please and thank yous. So you'll say that. But Jumoke made a good point, and before we came on air, Julie and I talked about this.
Yeah.
And I said to her, look, there's a saying that says, monkey knows what tree to jump on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So I tell you now, she would never have approached me. She wouldn't even have approached the person next to me because she would be fearing that I might know that person.
My face.
Okay? What she would have done is gone a few people down, asked them. Okay? She would never have asked me. Because me, give up my seat, I'd be like, oh, what's wrong with him? Is he sick? What's wrong with him? Is he not well? What's wrong with his legs? Nah.
I know someone just said maybe she could have been bipolar, but how do we know who's bipolar and who's not bipolar, really? How are we supposed to understand these things, to be honest with you?
Look, she might be bipolar, you can't come shine.
You might be, but we don't even know. I might be bipolar, you never know.
Let me tell you something.
But do you even know?
I tell you why I don't.
That's the truth.
I tell you why, because this woman, it felt like she targeted that lady. It felt like she knew who to approach. Of all the people sitting there, why not?
Do you know
one person?
What did I say to you? I said the bullies always know who to approach.
But can
right?
I say something?
A bully looks at they profile people. They know. They're very good at profiling.
Are we all kind of mentally ill?
I get but I'm just saying that. Okay, so how do we do this? Okay, so you're somewhere, right? Okay, so we. So wait. Can I tell you? So can I tell you, as we as normal people, you go somewhere, you're seeing someone, you see a queue, and you're thinking, that person looks like you'll be soft. You can help me.
Interesting. Hold on, let me just stop. Interesting. On both Instagram and Facebook, the question was the lady black or white? I actually don't know.
They would. They probably.
Actually, that's interesting.
They wouldn't say that. I don't
You know.
think they would, yeah.
You know, I actually don't know. I wish I knew, but we don't actually know.
Yeah, but like I was saying, we all profile people. We all do it.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
the woman who got up was white.
If I go
think
somewhere,
the woman who asked her to get up was white.
Yeah. If I went somewhere and I needed,
I think so too.
So if I went somewhere, like I went to the dentist yesterday, and I needed something I needed like a certificate for something, and I knew if I'd seen this other woman, she wouldn't do it for me. But if I saw this other woman, she'd do it for me. And then when I saw this other woman, I was like, hi, like, I didn't bring it. Is that okay? She's like, oh, no, it's okay, Mary, I will. But this other woman will actually want it. So we kind of like, we know how to profile people. Who's going to help me? Who is easy? He looks easy. She looks easy. So you go and you say, this is the person that is going to get up for my 10-year-old son to sit. If I shout at her, she's going to shake. Yeah. That's it. You can't do that with me because you see my face and you will know that you cannot try that with me.
Well, okay, I'm playing devil's advocate, right? You're a mother, right? There were days where you guys probably hardly get on the train, right? Or tube or whatever. So, like, are there days where you're just, like, exhausted and tired and you don't even have, like, etiquette? What is train etiquette? Like, well,
I always have train etiquette.
Okay, so
I always have etiquette.
Okay, so
period.
That's the reason. That's the reason why I don't have a job in the city because I can't. Because I probably would be in jail by now. So you know what? I want to say I'm gonna save myself that.
I'm a germaphobe as well. But you exhausted. You're tired, and you're just like, you know what? Like, sorry, can you get up without thinking about it? Has that
I don't think that happens often. I
say that again.
Just asking a random person to get up on the train, especially if there's nothing.
So I just want to read a comment. So a child falls within the vulnerable group that should be offered a seat.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree. However, for a 10-year-old, a healthy 10-year-old, hell no.
No, I don't agree. I think a 10-year-old
because I'll be at the age of 10. I want my child to be able to get up without me saying get up for that elderly. I would have trained my child, that's my belief, that when I'm getting on the train with my child would be like to somebody who needs, would you like to sit down?
Exactly.
So at the age of 10, that's what I expect my child to know. Not for me as a mum. If my child is sick, I will ask and explain why I need my child to sit down.
In a very polite manner.
In a very polite way. I don't think, even people who have priority seats, like pregnant people and all that kind of stuff, people don't rush to get up. I remember when I was pregnant.
Oh no, people don't. Not anymore.
I was standing there. I was like,
I'm not gonna lie. I am one of those people.
Nobody got up.
I get up.
Then it was another pregnant woman who was sitting down because I was heavier than her, and she was like, "Would you like to sit down?" Like drawing attention, like.
Sorry,
can I just ask a question? Sorry, can I just ask a
he makes a
question?
good point. He says like we are assuming the child is healthy. That's true.
You're
But
right.
she could have been clean.
Can I just say something?
She could have been good about it.
Hold on, guys. We're assuming you're right. Comment that we're assuming the person was healthy. But if your child is not healthy, why are you blowing the man up?
No, I know him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
hi, Wale.
If the person is not healthy, then you say, okay, this child does not fall into the group of vulnerable children that need priority on the train. So if you want me to give up my good old seat that maybe I've got a bunion on my toe,
you never know. Boiling my.
Do you understand what I mean? And I need a
Can I say something? How does this woman, the woman that wrote the article, how did she know that the child was 10 years old?
Right. They're assuming.
She said the child looks.
Yeah.
You can look at a child and know what age you think.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, there's a lot of ifs, buts, or maybe.
If you were asked the question to describe a child and say how old did the child look, and I think that's what the
I think for me
doing.
the main thing is whether you're polite or not. You get people to do things for you as long as you come across as nice enough. So if you're polite with the way you ask for a request, people will make excuses for you. I think that's the bottom line.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah.
No.
As long as you're polite. Like I think the biggest thing here is polite.
Yeah, you can't shout at somebody.
What, being polite.
You can't shout at someone.
It's an easy thing. Oh, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
Can my child sit? Can my child have your seat? Simple. I'm a mother. I will get up for a child. You know. But you can't bully me out of my seats. Excuse me, you have a travel card, I have one.
I'm sorry, Wale, I disagree with you. This is not advertising a child's vulnerability in public. If you're going to ask me for my help, you're coming up to... If something is simple like, oh, excuse me, please, my son's not feeling well. Do you mind if he takes your seat? Something like that. Nobody is saying you should skywrite it or shout it for the rest of the
politely.
Do you understand what I mean? You know, nothing gives you the right. Nothing like that gives you the right to be rude to people.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you the right to be. Even if your child's sick, you can't be rude to people.
Yeah.
Because you don't know any one of those people. If there was a crisis on the train, who will step up and help you? You just don't know.
Yeah. And at the same time, you never know what's wrong with the person you're talking to. You never know if they have their own illnesses. No, they might have something wrong with them, and you just can't see it. You know, I have a bad knee. I can't stand for too long. I'm sitting, and then you want me to. You know,
the point.
I mean, it could be anything. It could be anything. So we really need to be sensitive. You know, towards one another and everything. You can't just go around bullying people and everything into.
Absolutely.
You know?
So on that note, I wanted to find out what are the things. What are the things that you experience on the tube, those of you who get the tube. So I drive mostly, so I don't always do, but I'm a bit of a germaphobe. So for me, when I get on the train, oh Lord, I'm just like,
I got issues. Sanitizer,
sanitizer,
every time.
Yes, in my pocket, in my bag. You know,
I look around.
Yeah,
I'm constantly looking around. People sneeze at you. I'm like, you know,
I think for
I
me,
just have
sneezing,
everything.
The other thing I don't like, I know I live in the States, I used to get annoyed when I hear obnoxious people on the train.
No, here.
A lot of the obnoxious, this is here, tube, okay? So, a lot of the obnoxious people turn out to be American.
We know that. So.
They have to be,
can I say,
they turn out to be Americans. It's like really loud,
yeah.
You know? And that really annoys me. Right. Like, keep your conversation to yourself. I don't want to hear what you're talking about. I don't want to hear your voice. I just want to get to wherever it is that I'm going. And I don't want to hear anything else. Thank you. Next. Just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Might have to
and the people that have their phones on speaker.
Hold on a second. So guys, just to be clear, just to be clear, guys, I want to know what are the things that really grates you when you're on the tube, on the train. What are the things that really, what kind of no etiquette behavior?
Smacking gum.
That
smacking gum, putting your
food.
Smelly food. Oh my God!
Somebody said smelly food.
I wanted to. I thought I was gonna kill myself.
Eating smelly food.
Eating like this big, massive.
But when you say smelly food, are you talking about like mackerel, like fish, or is it just because you don't like the smell of the food?
No, I think it's just eating.
What about pounded?
You know what? I can understand. So I can understand if you just decide to buy. You know, we can all do it. So this is like fast food, right? I've seen a video of a woman eating amala on TV.
Yeah, there was a video of a woman with a pot of rice
on the bus.
Yeah.
So this guy had like this huge plastic. He opened it, I mean, you could tell that he's wherever he's from. That's his native food. I don't want to smell your food.
It was awful. Though.
Hold on.
But really,
go on.
You know, it was really awful. But I got up and I walked away and everything. So there's people that put their feet on the seats too.
People that put their feet on the seats. Yeah.
And then the headphones.
And then when you come, they're like, oh sorry, take their feet. Yeah. I'm supposed to sit on
then headphones very loud where I can actually hear your music. Why do I have to hear your music?
Yeah. And I can sing along with the words.
You know, you keep hearing that sound.
I've been guilty. I think my worst, and it's happened a few times. Rush hour.
Yeah.
Someone just farts.
Oh. Wow. So I was on the, can I just take you guys somewhere
and you know
else?
the people who do that, they're professionals. Because you will not be able to tell from their face whether they did it. They are professionals.
I was on a full flight from Toronto to London in March. And the woman beside me farted the entire time.
That's the worst. That has to be because there's no way to go. You know, during rush hour, there's no way to go. You're literally
music loud.
I don't love loud music, but I don't want to hear it, man.
Play your own music, but I think,
especially when I'm playing my music and my headphones are not that good, so I'm hearing mine and then I can hear everybody else.
Why am I supposed to enjoy my music?
It doesn't annoy me.
It does. It annoys me. I don't want to hear your music.
It doesn't annoy me because I do this.
Because sometimes you can't even hear the music. It's the sound. That's all you can hear.
So guys, please post your comments. We want to hear what other things about getting on the tube that really, like, what kind of etiquette behavior do you really disapprove of?
Like obnoxious people on the train, definitely.
Yeah,
that's my biggest thing. My biggest pet peeve. Can't do it.
Mine is farting.
I think sometimes.
Like,
I think one of the things.
No, I'm not joking. Like
how often do you get people farting?
Like I did train for 12 years, and seriously, it happens so often during
I'll be honest with you.
Crazy. Oh, the craziest one that happened to me. Sorry, the craziest thing that happened to me was actually on a New York City train.
Yeah.
Some guy, like, it was rush hour, hopped on a platform, was actually about to run to like one of the cars, and I was running like, oh my god, it's empty, rush hour, and a lot of us actually like ran to assist like car. We get there and guess what? It was empty. All right, rush hour in New York City is crazy, but this time this car was empty. We get in there, there's a guy sitting in the corner just desecrating. That's why it was empty during rush hour.
Oh, that's America though.
No, that's I'm talking about like the worst. Worst.
That's in America, right?
That ain't happening here.
We don't do that, man.
Yeah. Yes. Just sitting there like
someone
this
will
is
blow you
like
up.
Prince Houston or somewhere. Yeah.
So somebody said, let me just. Somebody said picking of your nose. Do you know what that picking of your nose thing? I saw someone do it. They were sitting directly opposite me. You know, looking at me, digging.
And then they bring it out and then they play with it.
No, they don't. I wish they would play with it. So they're bringing it out now. So I'm thinking to myself, I want to see where you're going to
Oh no, stop. And then
I want to
they
see, you know, they're wipe it on the chair.
Oh,
so I start thinking to myself,
or spitting. I've seen
how
spitting.
many people are sat on the chair? I'm sitting it, and wipe their bogey finger on the chair. I was just so disgusted. I looked at him. And I was just like, I was so annoyed. I can't remember what I did. I think I blacked out at that point, but I'm not sure what I did.
Oh, I just read something. There's a point you made about the boys having to go through. Oh, okay. I'm hearing there is open racism in the UK. Do you guys ever experience racism in the UK?
I have experience.
Yeah, so can you join the thing?
No, that's not in this. I know, that's why I need them to basically. But okay, so sorry, we're going back to like when they see us, right? Because I got comments on my phone.
Say more. What did it say?
Basically saying that there is open racism. You said there is no open racism.
When you say open, describe what you mean by open racism.
Well, this is not for me. So comment was made.
Okay, so guys, I'll put it out to you. So somebody's saying there's open racism in Britain. Describe what you mean by open. So maybe we have two interpretations of what we mean by open racism. For me, open racism is when somebody's openly racist. I think we have
that, though. You guys have that definitely.
I think we have institutionalized racism. I think we have hidden racism. You know,
I think it's very hidden.
And yeah, I think it's very hidden. I don't think it's open.
I think it's much.
You know,
much
and I think that's what makes it sometimes a bit. But you know it's there because and you have to go through a lot to prove that that's racism.
Okay, so racism is a type of segregation, right? Let's go back to Africa. Do you guys think there is like segregation or race? Not racism. It wouldn't be called that. I think it's called domestic segregation in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that
What's
exists?
domestic segregation? All these terms.
Is it like a class thing?
Domestic segregation.
I know, right?
Is it like a class thing?
What is it like where
in the
women to one side? I don't understand.
Is it like a class thing that you're talking about?
No, the class thing is definitely there.
What's domestic?
Domestic is within that country, like where you have racism within the country.
I think that was
Well, like
It's not
racism.
racism. Sorry, it's not called racism. It's segregation. It's
course
like
there is.
classism. It is like
Of course there is.
classism,
But
yeah,
that's what look
yeah.
at Nigeria. Northerners think they're they're on top of the world against any, and they think they're just.
Why do you think they're top? You haven't lived in Nigeria, so how do you know they think they're on top of the world?
Oh, I know she ain't trying to call me out.
Oh,
Listen,
baby.
Okay.
No, I
First
know
of
we're
all-
having a conversation, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so first of all, no, but it's a known fact. Okay, they've got a lot of money, very little education, and they feel that as a tribe they're superior. Religion wise, they feel they're superior. Which is why they do and get away with a lot of it. They were in power for such a long time, and now they're trying to stop any other tribe from getting in power again. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I wouldn't get into Nigerian
I
politics.
don't want to get into that. Yeah,
I was gonna say,
I plead this.
not
I'm
sure.
gonna leave that alone because this is gonna go on like forever. Yeah, we're moving right
Anything
along.
else? Yeah,
So comments after Brexit, there'll be plenty of reports of open
Can I say
racism
something?
in
Sorry.
your face. True.
Stereotypes are based on exaggerated facts. So not everything you think is a fact. So like when you say like, all right, a certain ethnic group feels more privileged than the other.
No, they don't.
groups
They're
in
not more
Nigeria.
feel more privileged.
well,
they
you're
even
saying-
say they're more privileged.
How do they
They
say that?
no, they are. We can. I mean, if you want to get into it, we can get it. And it's not just me saying about the Northerners in Nigeria specifically. They're even if you want to talk about whether you want to talk about white people as a race, whether you want to talk, there are a lot of, or whether you want to talk about specific religion or group or whatever, who feel they're more superior, who are the, men over women. There's so many. You can break it down into so many groups, so many classes. It does exist. Forget exaggeration about anything. There's statistics to prove that it does exist and it does happen the way. One, that's why there's a big disparity between what men and women earn in some profession. It's still happening.
Or more, I hate to get into politics because we could go on forever. So let's just keep it moving.
Like I said, I'm not going to get into it.
Wale just said something. I think Hausas are the most humble ethnic group.
And I agree.
Can I be honest? I live in the northern part of Nigeria, and I'll tell you something. I do agree.
Not with their politics, they're not.
I agree.
Oh, yes, they are, but young
Hausas are the most, much more humble than the other ones.
Bye.
But it's true.
Baba, double baba. No, let me tell you. Like, I think that my experience with Northerners is entirely different from what you're portraying. I don't agree with you, first of all. And that's fine. We can agree to disagree. And that's perfect. Northerners are really humble, and every tribe has something or whatever, like race.
I was going to say,
has something about
I think everybody
works for them.
There are 3 countries in Nigeria.
Let's not stereotype. Everybody has their own. We're all individuals.
Shumaka, you lived in the north. You know.
I'm a northerner. I'm a northerner.
I am a northerner.
You are a northerner. We're both northerners. So you are Benue and I'm from Kogi. So we're both northerners and we both know how this runs and everything. And then we grew up in the northern part of Nigeria too and everything. So yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely have a different perspective on whatever it is. But that's not this.
Yeah,
we're talking about. Because that's where
it's a girl child.
Yeah, it's a girl child.
Like, I feel, alright. Girl
so yes, let's hear more about what your pet hates are about the tube and.
Oh, look at that! I grew up there. I will run to them anytime, any day.
Who said that?
Daisy.
Brenda.
Oh, what with the northern eyes? Northern eyes. What? Just northern eyes.
Yeah, with the whole.
So yeah. So oh gosh, you see how the time is going. So we're almost getting up to the hour for the news. So yeah. So Shade, yeah,
Yes.
you were saying something?
No, I just said let's choose another girly topic rather than Nigerian politics.
Choose.
It's more fun.
Yeah, so you were gonna say something before before we went to the break.
No, I was just saying it'll be
Talk about-
interesting to just for your listeners to get to know us a bit more. I find everybody has their own journey. On a personal note, for instance, I'll start off. I'm in my 40s and I just had my child less than 2 years ago. After a very long time of trying for a baby. So, mom's over 40. It's a good one, Jumoke. You saying something to me?
No, I wasn't.
Any questions? So it's good to have a perspective on parenting or not, trying for a baby. Whatever I just feel like if we're talking about girls, I think it's a fertility, being a single parent, being an older parent, whatever, trying for a baby. Those are very, very big girl issues that we can just spend the next
10 minutes talking about.
10 minutes talking about rather than Nigerian politics.
Yeah, I agree.
So are you talking about those issues or talking about what your personal journeys are?
So I'm just throwing it open. Those are real girl problems. Politics. He's a guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy.
So yeah.
So what would I'm just throwing it open. Like I think there's 4 women in the room with very, very different life journeys.
Okay.
Being a parent or not is a big one. So I don't know if you're throwing that open to any of your callers, if they've got any questions around that, or people that are on Instagram or Facebook, if there's anything that they want to know. Yeah.
So in terms of time, we probably.
Okay, I have a question.
We will open a topic but I kind of want you guys to share each of your journey
right
a little bit till now, what you're doing, what you're not, doing when you're not drinking and stuff like that. So so speak on yours a little bit.
So what would you like to know? I think be specific.
Yeah.
A bit, so that I don't ramble on. No, I've already shared the story in a nutshell, which is, I'm what is considered an older mom. I'm already in my 40s and I've got a 21-month-old.
Yeah.
And I haven't got enough energy to run after her everywhere. Trying to be a business person, trying to be a good wife, all the good stuff, but it can be very lonely. I have a godson that is 16 years old compared to me trying to start out on this journey. So it's, I think it's the facts of what you need to deal with. I think, if there's anybody out there that is struggling through those kind of things, it's worth either Instagramming us or, if you have any questions, really, let's just have a conversation.
I think I could definitely relate to your journey in the sense of I'm an over 40s mum myself, and I think what you find is like you're on a different journey to the rest of your friends, because a lot of them have got, they've got teenagers in secondary school, some of them are even uni, and it's kind of like you have to now create a different normal, and you don't really think about it because in your head these are your friends, they'll have kids, you'll have kids, all of you will do things roughly, your kids will be maybe a couple of years apart, but not like a good 10, 15. Some of the kids can babysit my child, and so I could definitely relate to that. But then I think that's how you and I connected.
I was gonna say, because you knew everywhere. Yeah, Missy is a busybody. She knows everywhere. She's invited me to parenting groups. I mean that in the nicest way. All I was doing with my child was being at home. So it was good to have someone like Missy to just say, "Come on, I'm taking you to a cooking class for babies." Like, what does that mean? To like soft play areas, things that I didn't know.
Are you guys kids like the same age or something?
We do. 2 months apart.
2 months apart. So we do play dates. We have play dates.
God always has a way of getting me.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, so it's a different journey, but it's a good one and everything. Right. So Jules, for you?
Me?
Yeah.
What?
Jay.
What do you want me to say? Motherhood.
Your journey, yeah.
What's your journey? What are you doing? What's your journey?
My
9
journey.
minutes.
So okay, you guys know I've always been the mother and father of my child. So I'm a single parent. Not to say I'm completely a single parent like the father of my child. He doesn't live here, so he's involved in his child's life. But I've been the decision maker in my child's life. I was pregnant the whole time by myself, with my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brothers to help.
Family support.
You know, so it's all my family support that was there. So, but for me,
which is wonderful.
I think it's the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me, because I don't think anybody would have been able to look after me the way my family who looked after me, because I actually have that thing about me, like I
have a good support system.
Yeah, so I've always been. I like to live at home. I like to live in my parents' house. I don't think I want to move out ever. Maybe when I'm 16. You know, so thinking about it now, I just turned 40, so I'm thinking, do I want to have a child? No.
Oh,
I
go
don't
on.
know.
We can have another one.
My daughter is 8 years
should
old.
make a pact.
I'm gonna say hi, Rania, because you didn't ask me to say. Mommy, say hi, Rania. Hi, Rania, baby.
2 hours.
No, I was actually gonna say hi, Rania, again. Okay. So I had Rania when I was 30. I'm 14 now. Rania is 8.
Yeah.
So yeah. I still had the energy in me to run around and everything. So when I think about it, when I see 3-year-olds now, when I said to a friend of mine the other day, I was like, you have a 3-year-old? he's 50, he's 49 or 50. I was like, you have a 3-year-old? I was like, how do you cope? Because these kids have so much energy. But you know, at the same time, this is a new world for us and everything. I think it's that much of a big deal anymore. It's not the days where our parents had us. When I knew my mom's 40th birthday, I was already an adult. When my mom turned 40, you know. But when you think about it now, I don't know. I don't think it's such a big deal. We all having kids at a certain age, older age, and everything. So it's so I don't think it's that much of a big deal anymore. Even though I look at myself sometimes, I think, do I really want to have a child anymore? I'm sure I will if I find the right person, or if something happens and. If it's whether it's an accident, whether it's for real, whether it's real love, it doesn't really matter to me. You know, if it happens, I'm gonna have a child. So, you know, so let's just do it. We have babies when we're 50, when we're 80. We're just enjoy the babies.
So, we've probably got about 6 minutes left.
Judy, I thought you had a question.
Hold on, I want Julie to say a little bit of herself. So, because we're coming up, we've got 6 hours. 6 hours.
My journey is obviously a little different. I don't have any kids, but I think that
we're married.
But I am married, yes, and I think that I've heard like having kids later in life makes you more patient.
Yes,
that's one of the things I've heard. You're a lot more patient.
Yeah.
I definitely want to have kids, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I think that. When I look at the journey of mothers, it actually scares me. It makes me so scared to the point where I'm like, wow, is this something that I can personally really, really go through? But I think no one's ever really prepared for motherhood, right? Only if you've actually made the effort. Like, I'm not sure what your journey was, Sade. But basically, I think that I can't really comment on motherhood, to be honest. I obviously am not a mother. But I've got like my nephew or niece, and I spend a lot of time with them, and I live vicariously through them. And I basically like watch them. I've watched them grow up, watch the way they actually have become from like babbling voices to now like really like confident voices, and it's really interesting. I don't know, like I think the whole motherhood thing is really the pressure in women sometimes needs to be lifted, because I think it is optional. It's either you want to have family or you don't. So it's optional. I want to have kids, and for women who don't want to have kids, they don't have to be condemned. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? And that's how I see it. That's my perspective on it. I've never thought about having kids, but I do want to have kids. It's not something I thought, oh my god, I love cute babies, but it's not one of those like, oh my god, like I want to have kids today. I want to have kids now, to be honest, because age is knocking on the door.
You know, can I tell you something? Life is really funny, because I always thought I was gonna be the married one without children. Okay, so I never thought I was gonna have kids. It never occurred to me I had to have kids.
Yeah.
It always occurred to me I had to have a man, and that was it. so I'm not married by having kids. So it doesn't really work out that way. And I still believe a lot of women, we're all mothers as far as you have nephews, you have nieces, you have got kids and everything. You're a mother.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you are a mother. I would never look at you and don't think you're a mother because you have a connection, and everything.
We're all mothers in waiting anyway.
Yes.
So we're coming up to the news hour. We've got about 2 minutes left. I told you the time goes quick. So it's been absolute fun kicking it with my girls in the room. I just want to give you a little bit of give you like maybe about 30 seconds each to do a shout out to your loved one. Maybe 30 seconds, we don't even do a shout out to your loved ones and where people can find you or find what you're working on.
Okay.
So Jay, we'll kick off with you first.
Okay, I'm Jumoke Rabizon Cocktails, I'm the boss of the Rabizon Cocktails. I want to say shout out to all my clients and clients to be. You can check us out on rabizoncocktails.com. .co.uk or on Instagram. We do a lot of weddings and parties and everything. And I want to radio shows. And radio shows. I want to say big shout out to my big sister, the CEO of Rabizon Cocktails, Christy. And I want to say big shout out to my daughter Rania, my nieces and nephews, Christine, Anthony, everybody, my loved ones. Love you guys. See you soon. Mwah.
Okay, my name is Sade. I've got a business called Shades London Hair. So I'm on Instagram at Shades London Hair. I'm a mother of a 21-month-old beautiful girl, and I have an amazing husband called Debola. Shout out to you, baby. Love you. And check me out on Instagram. I source and sell the best raw virgin hair. And I'm also a good friend to have, I think. So just give me a shout out to have a chat about it. Thanks for having us, Asia. We had a lovely time. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Julie. I want to give a shout out to Jules. I want to give a shout out to my family, Susie, David, everybody. If you guys want to check them out on Instagram, check out and Dyer, my lovely husband. I know he's listening. He's not on Instagram, but check out my sister's page for cupcakes and David for music. It's time.
Okay, so that brings us to the hour. It's been great kicking it with you, my guest, and the viewers. And I look forward to catching you next week. Till then, love each other, look after each other, and take care of your loved ones.
Peace.
See you soon.
Hey. We did it. I have some music for you. When you see
each of you stand by.
Baby, let's go. Okay. I know you're dancing on your birthday.
Thank you for joining us. We out.
Are you trying to be out?
Thank you for joining. Thank you.
I know. We need air. That was fun.
I knew it was so much fun.
When we're coming back again.
We're coming back. No, we have to come back.
So much fun. Yeah. We got music. David called and you know that, right? That was David.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Every one of those cases is individual with an individual story. I want to make sure they all have the opportunity.
You guys need to the fat one that's see the individual.
Because of this rule, what they need to
both of us.
This rule existed.
Let's see me go. I don't even my middle. I just see my midriff.
Anyway,
my midriff. Look at this girl. 3, 2, 1. Out.
Champion underwent a 6-hour procedure
Prosperity.
Success.
And your phone goes off.
Oh, the battery.
No, it didn't go
Damn.
off. No, it's for battery.
Spelling it like
Who's
the
got
marine
that?
mammal.
This is it. You don't have to work this right.
3, 2, 1.
Swap. Stand with our children.
Give me, I'm telling you,
and
phone.
BLC.
Is it? Look, it's going off.
Why is it?
Just press the middle button.
Provide
Let me
2
do it.
hours per day.
Try it, let's see.
Selfie.
Press the button, let's see. In memory.
To 5 p.m.
Press the button, let's see.
Escort our children on their route from the school
Okay,
gates to their bus stop to ensure a safe passage.
I know, Yemisi has blocked us with all her
Please
hair.
call 07493 31547.
Madonna, come.
Thank you. We care. They care.
Oh,
Let me see.
What they ask? Is this thing for
there's something wrong with your phone.
Okay. Just use somebody else's phone and then.
me? I've got no storage.
Okay, so you've used my
And much more. All on special offer. You're going to it's part of housing. 2-8 Craven Park Road, housing. NW10 4AB. Telephone 028 965 3859. Our website is www.
Did it come this way?
Oh, this is better.
Uh-oh. You keep turning it off.
Interest of the Afro-Caribbean and other inner London borough communities in addressing the issues of social, economic and education oppression.
Can you get
therefore
online? I'm
the
trying to get like
ever-presence
Madonna
of the
in there.
disease
Yeah, you
that
can get
surrounds
Madonna.
within our communities.
Okay, go on.
To address the oppression and injustice within our communities by combating these ever-growing issues which have a major effect upon the black and other communities and the future generations of our young people.
But Madonna, you take the whole one.
Families within the
Yeah, let me do a whole one.
That's
Someone's trying to give me a phone. Let me take the whole one.
the development of and within our communities.
Because that guy's not coming.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we haven't given him enough time. Okay, just do one with this. Okay. Both phones. So 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. No, do the interview thing. One, please, 5 minutes. What's his name? Please, just.
Is there video?
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you put this down? Can you put the thing down?
I'll let that.
Okay.
Thank you. So 3, 2, 1.
Hello, good evening. My name is Jumoke. I work for a company called Robinson Cocktails. And I've had a great evening here with Asia, Effion, Jones. Sorry, let's start again.
So let's start again.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, action.
This is Jumoke from Robinson Cocktails, London. I've had a great time at Omega FM today with my great, beautiful friends. Asia and Julie and Shades London. It's been an amazing experience. I would say I'm gonna come back here, have a great time. It's been a great day, great evening. I was nervous at first, but trust me, radio, I think I'm a natural. Thank you.
Next. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Should I put that back there?
Me.
3, 2, 1, action.
Hi everyone. Thank you AJ for having us. I had a blast. This is my first time on radio. You were engaging, you were funny. Thank you for having us. My business, you can check me out on Instagram at Shades on Hair. Thank you.
Jules. Oh gosh. Okay.
Fibroid surgery. It's just getting worse and worse. I don't know what that last guy did to my stomach.
A lot.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, action.
Hi, everyone.
Please.
Sorry, then.
3, 2, 1, action.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jules. I've had an amazing time tonight at Omega FM, and I'm looking forward to coming back here again. The conversations were enlightening and exciting, and I look forward to coming back again. If you want to order cakes,
My Sister Mystique Storm is a place to go. I'm not advertising her, she's just good. Anyway, I'll see you again sometime soon. I'm sure I'll be back here. Ciao, deuces.
Oh, should I do something?
Of course, why not?
No problem, no problem. See? Trying to get myself ready. Got a couple of minutes. No.
Sorry.
Lets me know
3, 2, 1.
that I'm not alone.
Sorry, I'm coming in now.
I'm deeply regretting this legacy and seeing it for what it is. And no one can have a better influence on gang violence or gang culture than gang members themselves, and therefore best positioned to reverse this course of violence. But we must do work. We must get out there and we must forge peace. We must stop exterminating one another. We must stop all of this madness, because at the end of the day, we have only ourselves to blame. We must have a do or die attitude as we were as street warriors to rebuild our culture and to create a new lasting legacy, a legacy of peace.
It's like a burning fire deep down in my soul.
Good evening, and welcome. Welcome to Amiga Radio, organising mothers to eradicate knife and gun atrocities. You are listening to DJ, aka Brother Man. I've been missing for the last couple of weeks. Been kind of tied up, but in between that, we have lost a good brother, man. A really solid brother. And you know, I would call him, gone as far to call him an elder. He's one of the elder ones in the community. Those of you who know his brother Edley. Brother Edley has gone to the other land, gone to the other place that we don't know about yet. But we've all got a seat on that train. We have all got a seat on that train. Just go on, take in this for a little bit. Yeah?
It's like a burning
Carlos,
fire
I'm on here now.
way down.
Alright, cool, no problem. You know where you're coming to, innit? Alright, bless. Yeah, cool, brother. Bless.
It's like a burning
I can't remember on the side, the right hand side, everything on the right hand side of the door 6 and what's behind that, yeah? Alright, speak to you soon. Alright, cool.
Oh, it moves me, it soothes me. I love the way it moves me. Your love is like a burning fire deep down in my soul.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, was interrupted there. Yeah, not interrupted. I've got an Amiga DJ coming in and joining me. This is the show I wanted to dedicate to Brother Headley from last week. But as you know, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it last week, but I'm here. Give thanks and praises. I'm still here, still standing. As the man would say, he's still standing. But let me start off with a welcoming. We all welcome your listening here, to each and every one out there in listening to Radio Land. We give thanks for more life and being able to deliver a KLT, a WKO show. Sorry about that. Wisdom, knowledge and understanding community show. And me, I am Brother Man. I'm Murray, aka Brother Man. If you're out there on the www.omegafmradio.co.uk, or you can hit us up on Simple Radio, or if you later on you can listen to us on Mixcloud. That'll be Amiga DJs / Mixcloud. And you're listening to Amiga Radio, organising mothers to eradicate gun and knife atrocities. Yeah, and the studio hotline you can call or text on 0753 996 8143. And as I said, I wanted to dedicate this day here to a special brother who we lost last week Monday, I think it was. His night night was Tuesday, just gone. It was a quiet affair. It was quite a few people there. All of his kids were there as well. He's got apparently he's got great grandkids as well. So you left something back on the earth here, Mars Headley. You never come in vain. You left something here. So we're giving thanks and praises for that. As I said, I've got another DJ from Amiga coming to join me in the studio. He's going to be here roughly about another 15-20 minutes or so. DJ Carl, those of you who might have been taking him in, he's still around, but we do this voluntary, and like in between that we've all got our lives to live, so and we, you have to throw subs as well. Yeah, we think there's for nothing, don't come for nothing. You have to throw your subs as well to keep things moving. Big up to OG, big up to Roots Doctor, big up to Miss Smooth, big up to Asia and her friends. Great show. I was listening to it quite kind of intensely as well. Over by the kitchens, it was engrossing, and they put on a good show. And these girls, they're full of technology, and they're not like me just giving it to you on their old boring vocal. These girls have got cameras going on in there, and they're linked up to their Facebook and everything. So big up, But what I did, I got the beginning of Brother Headley's show, so I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a taste of what we're gonna miss around here, what we've been missing around here, because he did before he passed away. He did stop doing his radio show for a while. He was it was me on Thursday, was OG, Roots Doctor, Miss Smooth, then me, and then there was Cleo Black Swan after. But we're missing the girls, Sister Asia and Madonna. They've taken over Brother Headley's slot. What was 6 to 8, Anyway, here's a little snippet. Here's a little snippet from Brother Headley's show, the beginning of his show. I just give him a little tribute, a little memory lane. Let's see if we can pick it up. Let's see what we get out of there. This was the beginning, if you remember that day of the show. Yeah, let's go and take it in, and you'll hear his voice. Yeah, okay. I've got much money.
and the love that I bring. I know it takes cash to care, but love is all I've got to share. So if you're looking for love, I'm your doctor. But if it's money that you're after, you're gonna need a bank. If you're looking for love, I'm the love doctor. But if it's money that you're after, you're gonna need a bank. You can't put a dollar, no, you sure can't squeeze a dime. But my love and my affection, you can embrace every time. And with promise you the word and know let's go. For what you got there can do any kind of story. They'll give you just about anything to hold. But remember, oh, that cake that's my dime, it's not gold. But if you're looking for love, I'm the love doctor. But if it's money that you're after, you're gonna need a bank. If you're looking for love, I'm the love doctor. But if it's cash money that you're after, you're gonna need a bank. Much money, but what I've got, it's yours, honey. Can't afford expensive things. All I've got is me and the love that I bring. You're looking for love, I'm the love doctor. But if it's money that you're after, you're gonna need a bank. If you're looking for love, I'm the doctor. But if it's money that you're after, you're gonna need a bank. If you're looking for love, I'm the doctor. But if it's cash money that you're after, you're gonna.
Okay, it's 20 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock, destination 8 o'clock. First and foremost, let me big up no other than OG himself. Big up yourself, sir. It takes from 7 o'clock right up until 12 o'clock. You're ranting there, you're ranting. But what you were saying, I would have phoned up OG. Unfortunately, well, it's not even unfortunate. Fortunately, you are so right. And I couldn't defend my corner, so therefore I could not ring up because you'd tear me to shreds. So yes, continue what you're doing with all the rest of the people who are alongside you, doing what they're doing to keep our children and our grandchildren safe. And not only that, it needs more people to take up the space as well so that they can feel safe as well. I know that the police or the authorities not doing as much as they should, but can they be in all the places at the same time? I'm not sure, but if they know that there's something happening at a certain spot, then their presence should be there. So big up yourself, OG, for all what you're doing there, sir. Big up. Okay, right, so yourself took us up right up until 12 o'clock, and from 12 o'clock we had no other than the mighty and great Roots Doctor himself. So big up yourself, Roots Doctor. Travel safe. mind the gravel as you travel, okay? Right. And so Roots Doctor took us from 12 till 4, and then we had no other than Miss Smooth, Wise Wisdom, and Wicked Tune play. So I hope you enjoy that. And now you have myself, gonna take you right up until 8 o'clock, and then, you know, but in between that